Welcome back. Welcome back. When you're dining out, choosing something to eat, typically easy, right? But choosing a wine can often lead to a little confusion, and you might get nervous about it. Which one should you order? How much is it? What if people are eating different foods? Well, here to answer the questions that she gets asked the most daily when she's in Target or on the street is our wine diva, Leslee Miller from Amusée Wine. Hello, now.
Hello.
Leslie,
yes.
This is, we were acting like this is a fancy restaurant we're at, right?
we're
this
we're at a romantic,
Leslie.
Yes, romantic restaurant. Here
Very
we are.
romantic, I feel it. I
Yeah.
feel like we might have a second date.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go through this. We have 3. Here's the first question. Picking wine for the table if everyone is eating something different, like Amy's chicken, and then some red meat people, and then some herbivores. What do you do?
Well, you're handed these big, giant wine lists, and it's so hard to get through them because there's pages and pages, so what do you do?
Yeah.
My thing is, light-bodied grapes and full-bodied grapes, they're not always the most pairable grapes. So, AKA Sauvignon Blanc, or literally when it comes to like a big Cabernet, they don't always pair with everything on the table. So I like to go, especially in the white realm, I like to go with a medium-weighted white. So that's not on the light end of the spectrum, and it's not Chardonnay. It's grapes like Grenache Gris or Viognier, Chenin Blanc, dry Riesling, things like this actually go with so many different things across the table.
And Chenin Blanc, most restaurants will have.
Yes, these are grapes that you're going to find. If you don't want to look through this 27-page list, be honest with the server and say, look, I'm looking for something like Chenin Blanc or Viognier, Riesling, something like that does go with the entire table.
And they'll tell you, a good server.
They will.
And if they don't know, they'll get somebody that does know it in the building.
Yes.
Okay, number 2, what to do when the waiter presents the wine.
Yeah, this is always a tricky one because, I love Pinot Noir, again, with kind of everything across the board, and it'll go with like vegan and shrimp and all the steaks and things. But now you have the server come to your table and they have poured a glass of wine for you, right? So they've undone the cork, right? This is now sitting intimidatingly at your plate. Now they pour you the ounce of wine, and now what the heck are you supposed to do?
Yeah, and especially if you're the person this is being done to at the table. If you've ordered, if you're the one ordering, they will present to you, right?
That's right.
Okay,
now
so what do you do?
They're gonna hand you this with an ounce of wine inside the glass. Now, what you do is you just give it a swirl, you put your whole nose into it, and what you're looking for is something that smells that you don't like, which would be sort of like a dirty, this sort of dirty, moldy, sort of dank smell. That would mean that it is corked. So you're looking for that. That would be the flaw. That would be the major flaw that you're looking for.
If this smells like an old attic,
wet basement.
like a wet basement.
Yes.
Okay, now let me piggyback off that.
Yes.
I'm gonna. Ooh. Now, I know a lot of people, especially Minnesotans, we do not like sending things back.
Yes.
And, we do not.
Right.
I personally don't have a problem with that, but I'm from Chicagoland, so we don't care. But what do you do? What would you say? Give folks a good way to say it without being rude.
Yes.
Not being rude.
This isn't about you liking it.
No.
You're looking for a flaw, and that's why they gave that to you. You say, oh my gosh, I've never had this wine before. Is it supposed to smell like this? Or
that's real good.
Something smells a little different to me. Would you mind trying it and telling me if this wine is good?
Because right, clap for that, because that's really good, because you said something right there. They're not doing this to be performative. No. There's a reason why they are presenting it, and it's not to be fancy.
Right.
There's a functional reason why, and that is to make sure it don't smell like a nasty basement.
That's right. Which you can get that in a cork, but you can also get that in wines that came in a screw cap. You are supposed to smell, and this is the same at your own kitchen counter. When you open these wines, if it doesn't smell right to you, cork it back up, put the screw cap back on it, and bring it back to the retail store.
I'm sorry, Colin, this smells like basement.
Like, no.
In our house, we're so dramatic, we just splash each other with the wine. Anyway.
So that is really tricky because I always say put it back on the service team.
Yeah.
And they will help you through it.
Okay, you ready for number 3? This is my favorite. Here we go.
Yeah.
True or false?
Yes.
Is the second most expensive wine by the glass on the menu the best one to pick out?
You know, I think
this comes from Jeff Orcutt.
Yes.
Yeah.
We originally heard this from Jeff. Yes. And I love this.
Explain what we mean.
So Jeff thinks that there's a formula, and Jeff's not alone, right? A lot of Americans think, oh, we're trying to be tricky with the wine list and the wines by the glass. If you order the second from the last or the second from the top, you're going to get the best deal. So sorry, Jeff. This is fake news. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah.
So this is not true. Really, when you're looking at, and also the cheapest glass of wine is also like, it's not inexpensive to the max. It's just like there should be a nice variation of price points, right?
So if you're looking at your menu at wherever, and there's like, you know, the $10, the $14, and the $24,
right.
Jeff always goes for that mid-range.
He
you
does,
know,
he does.
And that doesn't always mean it's the best. I mean, you can get that cheaper one could be good. We've learned that from over the years.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, I'm all about a big value-driven sort of spectrum when it comes to wine. But my thing is always ask questions and be real. When you go to, you know, a restaurant, say, you know what, last night at home I had this, or show them a picture of your favorite bottle and say, I like this. How can you help me find something that's similar?
There we go.
Yes.
Cheers to Leslee Miller, everybody. For more information, go to AmuséWine.com. And if you're visiting the Twin Cities, visit her shop, Sit Better, in the North Loop neighborhood of Minneapolis. We'll be right back. Back after this.